welcome back. I'm Lily.
And I'm Benji, and yeah, welcome to our first episode of TUTV this semester.
It's crazy. We're finally back in the studio.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's weird being back and everyone's doing their part with COVID, but it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little strange. All the different regulations this semester, trying to keep us safe and all that. It's a whole different environment than last semester.
Exactly. But it's nice that everyone is following the rules so far, so we're still here. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was your summer so far?
My summer, not too exciting. Stayed home.
Yeah.
Worked at Instacart.
So what's Instacart?
It's like DoorDash, but for groceries.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I was driving around people's food.
Very nice, very nice.
And stuff. How about you? Exciting summer?
Yeah, my parents actually moved from Southern California to a really small town in in Oklahoma. It's called Vian. So I helped them move and everything. So it was really cool.
All right, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to head on to the show.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the first TUTV news segment of the semester. I'm Will.
And I'm Joseph Boehm. Let's take a look at some of this week's headlines. A number of colleges across Oklahoma defy expectations of lower enrollment rates due to COVID-19. At Oklahoma State University, enrollment for the fall 2020 semester saw a 1.5% increase, in addition to the retention rate hitting an all-time high. The University of Tulsa was affected in a more negative way, with school enrolling about 350 fewer students than normal. At the same time, the percentage of students staying on campus dropped from 56.2% to 47%. While it is unclear if this is a direct result from COVID-19, some experts say it is nothing more than a typical yearly fluctuation.
Owasso Public Schools recently announced that in-person classes will soon start up again despite not reaching the previously agreed upon milestone of reaching yellow or green on the COVID-19 risk scale. This was deemed unrealistic by district officials who are concerned about how long it will take to achieve this across Tulsa County. Virtual learning is not being abandoned, and parents of Owasso students will be given the option of continuing to virtually learn or returning to physical classes on September 17th.
The Tulsa Performing Arts Center will put on a string of free outdoor performances on the Williams Green. Starting at 8 p.m. on September 11th and 12th, every Friday and Saturday will feature a different live performance, ranging from classic rock to opera and live theater to spoken word performances. The series named Arts in the Air comes out of an effort to make live performing arts accessible during the age of COVID-19. The show will continue to November 14th, and social distancing guidelines will be observed each night.
The city of Tulsa is opening an emergency overflow homeless shelter after the pandemic forced many people out of their homes and jobs. The new shelter will be housed in what used to be the Juvenile Detention Center. The shelter is a product of volunteer work and was originally going to open later this year, but was pushed to a month earlier out of necessity. Right now, the shelter is only temporary, but organizers hope that after receiving a new paint job and renovations, the building will receive more funding and become a permanent fixture in the community. The shelter is set to open its doors on Tuesday, September 8th. Volunteers are still needed to help out with the shelter's earlier than expected opening.
Last Friday, Tulsa police officer Aaron Russell was charged by a grand jury for a misdemeanor in reckless handling of a firearm connected to a shooting incident back in March. Originally, Russell's bond was $1,000, but has since been waived due to the court reviewing his case and dismissing it due to the officer having no criminal history and agreeing to appear at future court dates. The officer's next scheduled court date is in March 2021.
One of the world's leading makers of cleaning and laundry products, Unilever, announces a new program called its Clean Future Initiative, involving a plan to lower the company's carbon footprint by reducing the number of fossil fuel byproducts that are present in their goods. President of the company, Peter Turk-Kulfer, calls for the industry to stop digging underground for carbon and to utilize the plentiful amount of carbon that is already found above ground. The company is putting $1 billion towards the initiative and plans to have rid itself of all emissions by 2039.
All right, well,
All right.
at least we got some news other than COVID. That's
Heck
nice.
yeah.
I mean, granted, this is going to be an interesting year.
Oh yeah.
Things are definitely different around here, but
Oh
at
yeah.
the end
For
of the day,
sure.
how you feeling about everything? How you feeling about the semester? And
I don't know. This semester is gonna be really weird, but I guess we should probably make the best of it. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to new opportunities. I feel like
So,
there's always something to be found in hard times. So
alright.
new life.
Well, I think that's all the time we have. Thanks for tuning in to TUTV News, and we'll be here next week.
All right, thank you for joining us. See you guys next week.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? Today I'm here with Faith Nichols. She is the president of Student Association. Thank you for coming to talk with me today.
Of course, happy to be here on Zoom.
Yeah. So most of our interviews are going to be like on Zoom from now on for those watching. But Faith, what do you do here at Tulsa? What's your major? What's your year? Tell us about yourself.
Sure. So a little bit about myself. My name is Faith. I am a senior. I study management and economics in the business school. And this year I'm acting as a student body president.
Okay, sweet. So what are some of the things that you do as SA president?
So some of the things that I do primarily fall within management of the student body, I should say student association. That's probably a better way to say that.
Mhm.
But we do a lot of programming. We also have a Senate council and a judicial council as well. So my role is to basically overlook those three branches as well as our marketing and communication and make sure that everyone is following through on their responsibilities and we're being as efficient and as effective as possible.
Okay, so if you could get a quick summary of what Student Association does overall.
Hard to say.
Yeah, so it's a tongue twister. I like student body better, actually.
Yeah.
If you can give a summary of what SA does overall, what would you explain to people that don't know about it?
It's a hard question, actually, because we have our Senate, a student Senate, which is like the basic what you expect from a collegiate student government, but then you also have a programming board, a judicial council that all kind of act in checks and balances of each other. So I can go into detail for each one if you'd like.
I don't know if we'd have time, but that sounds okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty much. It's basically all forms of a programming board and a representative of the whole student body through our Senate and judicial council.
Okay. So it covers a lot, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So what are some of the things that you've come across as a new president, some challenges, that kind of thing? This is your first year, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you can only be president for 1 year in SA, but I guess obviously like having to transition to online. When we were running for our positions, it was actually the week before spring break last semester. And, like during spring break, that was when they said, okay, no one's coming back to campus. Everybody stay home, like don't come back.
Right.
So the first week that we were elected as an executive board, we were thrown into this online world. So we have kind of we've been struggling and like dealing with kind of those growing pains of figuring out what exactly we can do online and what we can't do online. Mm-hmm. But we're really happy to finally be kind of getting our groove and moving into more of a programming mindset, as well as filling positions and just getting the ball rolling on everything this year.
Right. Sweet. So speaking of this year, our upcoming semester, what are some events or some plans that you have to look forward to?
Yes. So we don't have a lot of dates nailed down officially yet, but we do have a couple of things that are coming up. And if you see my eyes going this way, it's because I have them listed. But we do have a couple of trivia nights. We're going to be doing them pretty frequently. We're thinking like maybe every other week, maybe once a month. So that'll be fun to do online. We're also going to be doing a virtual resources fair and a lot of different panels about orbiting social privilege, a mosaic video that will be celebrating our differences. And in October, later, we'll be having Hispanic Heritage Month. So we're really excited to be partnering with Latin American Student Association on that. We're going to have a movie night, have a voting awareness event, which is going to be really exciting. And then also, again, trivia nights. In addition to that, we're going to have homecoming. So there are details to come on all of this.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot happening.
Exciting, yeah.
Totally just dumped that on you. But yeah, it's exciting.
Sweet, yeah, really exciting. Well, thanks again for telling us, giving a little sneak peek of what's coming up ahead. If someone's interested in joining SA or helping in any way with these events, what's the way for them to get into it?
I'm glad you asked, because I actually forgot to mention that all of the details that are coming for all of these events will be posted on our social media. So our Instagram is UTulsa_SA, and our Facebook is University of Tulsa Student Association. So if you want to check out either of those, you can just look those up online, and all of our events will be posted there, and then also sent out hopefully through email as well.
Okay.
But that's the exact same way. If you're looking to get involved in SA, our applications for cabinet, judicial, Senate, and our marketing and communications committee, all of those have gone out today. So those are live, and they're going to be open until midnight on the 18th of this month. So you have until next Friday to fill those out. So if you're interested in getting involved, please check out those applications. Those can be found on our Instagram and Facebook as well.
Perfect. All right, guys, jump on that now while you have a chance. Thank you, Faith, for coming to talk with us. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
No sports!
Hello and welcome to the first TUTV sports segment of the semester. I'm Ryan Bennett.
And I'm Christina Bull. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started.
With the outbreak of COVID-19 in the beginning of 2020, a lot of different sports faced challenges when coming back from their off-seasons. Ultimately, the decision to play was determined by how effective it would be for players to remain socially distant and whether or not infected players would be able to quarantine. As a result, leagues have made accommodations to ensure the health and safety of their players. Players in various leagues have also decided whether to play or not based on their own personal health. The circumstances around the continued play of both professional and college sports during this pandemic is controversial, as the Pac-12 and Big Ten conferences have postponed their fall sports to the spring.
The college football season started this past weekend despite the absences of the Pac-12 and Big Ten from playing this fall. Many people were concerned with the return of college football along with the return of students to their college campuses because of the chances of an outbreak. This hasn't stopped Coach Montgomery and the football team from continuing practice in anticipation of their first game against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. In an interview, Coach Montgomery looked optimistic for the season and expressed how excited his players are for an opponent of this caliber. The game was initially scheduled for this Saturday, September 12th, but due to a rise in the number of cases at the University of Tulsa, it was rescheduled for the following Saturday, September 19th. Be sure to tune in then and support your Golden Hurricane.
The MLB just reached the midpoint of its modified season, but the trade deadline was just as hectic as normal. The San Diego Padres acquired several pitchers headlined by RHP, right-handed pitcher Mike Clevenger, as well as a couple catchers and an outfielder. This is all added to a star-studded roster led by Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. The Padres are hopeful to take first place from the Los Angeles Dodgers, who some may argue is the best team in baseball. As the season comes to an end, the MLB has proposed creating postseason bubbles to ensure that the players can stay safe and healthy throughout the duration of the playoffs.
The NBA playoffs are beginning the semifinal rounds of featuring a lot of exciting matchups. The Eastern Conference semifinals features two matchups. One is between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. This series is currently 3-1 in favor of the Heat. The other Eastern Conference matchup is between the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors, the reigning NBA champions. This series is currently 3-2 in favor of the Celtics. The Western Conference semifinals features two equally exciting matchups. One is between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets, and it is tied 1-1 as of now. The second series is between the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Clippers lead this season 2-1 as of today. There will be more weekly updates as the playoffs continue.
The NFL offseason has been no different than normal, as there have been many shocking trades. The major news of the NFL offseason is that former Patriots quarterback Tom Brady had been traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Later in the offseason, the Bucs picked up former Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. With the recent acquisition of running back Leonard Fournette, many speculate that the Bucs are now among the favorites to win the Super Bowl this season, along with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, and the San Francisco 49ers. Only time will tell if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have what it takes to compete with the top competitors in the NFL.
Well, I just have to say I know nothing about sports, so this is a new experience.
It's basically new for me too. Over the break I didn't learn anything about sports at all, and I guess they decided they liked that and put you here too.
Yeah, well, that's a nice matchup for the sports segment.
Yeah, it's always good when you don't know what you're talking about on the camera.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll learn something.
Maybe. Unlikely, but maybe.
Yes. Well, that looks like all the time we have. I'm Christina.
And I'm Ryan Bennett.
See you next week.
Welcome back to TUTV Entertainment. I'm Parker.
I'm Reagan. Let's kick off the season with some new entertainment news. Circle Cinema is offering drive-in movie screenings in lieu of a formal reopening. Equipped with a portable, inflatable screen, the theater's back parking lot will serve as the Circle Cinema Moonlight Drive-In. The addition of the drive-in comes as a response to the theater's extended closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The theater's first screening will be the Beatles' 1968 animated film Yellow Submarine. You can catch Circle Cinema's first drive-in screening this weekend, September 11th through 12th at 8 p.m.
The Tulsa Symphony held the nation's first live symphony with an audience since the start of COVID-19 pandemic. The concert took place last Saturday on the field of One Oak Stadium, located in Greenwood in downtown Tulsa. The theme of the night was a celebration of Beethoven, as this year marks the 250th anniversary of the famed composer's birth. The event respected social distancing guidelines by featuring spaced-out seating both on the field and in the stands. Tulsa Symphony will return to One Oak Field with another live concert next month in October.
Philbrook Museum of Art is once again hosting its annual Internet Cat Video Festival. The festival will take place at the Enmiro Twin Drive-In, allowing attendees to view the internet's best cat videos from the safety of their own vehicles. The event is on Thursday, September 17th, with the show beginning at dusk. Gates open at 6:30 p.m., so be sure to arrive early to secure the best spot. Tickets must be purchased in advance, which can be done via the museum's official website. Philbrook Museum itself remains closed to the public until the end of September.
The Tulsa Arts District is offering new outdoor dining options for restaurant goers. Weekends on Main will consist of closing downtown Tulsa's Main Street every weekend in September from 2 p.m. on Fridays to 4 p.m. on Sundays, in order to turn the street into socially distanced outdoor dining for local restaurants. This comes after Tulsa's council members voted in favor of Weekends on Main proposal and expressed interest in expanding outdoor dining around the city. The first Weekends on Main took place over the weekend with 6 participating locally owned restaurants. The district's hope is to provide a safer option for public outings and support of downtown businesses despite the ongoing pandemic.
The historic Enmiro Twin Drive-In is helping locals get into the Halloween spirit with its Scary Movie Mondays. Every Monday through September and October, horror fanatics can catch a screening of a number of infamous scary movies. Next Monday, September 14th, you can catch the 40th anniversary screening of The Shining, which is based on author Stephen King's equally infamous horror novel. This is just one more option local businesses are offering to help provide entertainment outside the home while still respecting health guidelines. As always, tickets can be purchased directly from the website, and it is vibes that moviegoers arrive early to reserve their spot.
So Reagan, how was your quarantine?
It was pretty good, I would say. I spent a lot of time on TikTok, let me just say.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I saw Aquaman for the first time, and I thought, I'm a little afraid of the barber right now, and he's kind of rocking it, so I think I'm just going to grow out my hair.
Awesome!
Yeah.
When was your last haircut?
Like February.
Oh, so you've had the quarantine hair, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Okay,
So.
awesome.
Yeah, speaking of movies, isn't that cool that they're reopening the Tulsa drive-through movies?
Yeah, I think so. I remember going freshman year for Hurricane Thursdays. I went with all my friends, and it was such a great time.
Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week for more TUTV entertainment.
We made it.
We did it.
We're at the end.
I can't believe we made it this far.
Me neither. You know, I don't know. I feel like there's this, that like we haven't been on campus for so long, and then like we're all back together, and then we have like this chaotic energy because we're like, we're in our rooms by ourselves because we can't have anyone over. So we're like, once we're like out into the wild, we just kind of.
All that quarantine energy is
yes,
being
it's like
released right
spewing
now.
out.
Spewing.
It's like a faucet. It's like you walk out your door and then it just like spews. It just spews out like a waterfall, and then when you walk in, it's like closing it. Except for if you have in-person classes, and you like.
Yeah, you like rein yourself in a little
Yeah.
bit. You're like.
You're able to like take notes, stay focused, but then.
Exactly, but the moment you leave, it's just.
Yes,
like,
it's just like it's spewing out.
You know. Actually, Reagan was talking about TikTok earlier. I'm actually super proud of myself. I've never been on TikTok. So like,
How?
I'm not like addicted, you know?
Bro, being like TikTok addicted is like a real thing, I think, because that was like for a lot of people that was the only thing you could do, and find like contact to like keep you going.
Yeah.
And like I know for me, like if I like go on it, it's like there's different sides of TikTok, and I somehow made it to Twilight side of TikTok, and I don't know how I made it, but I'm kind of glad.
How many different flavors of TikTok are there? Like
there's so many.
And how do you get there?
Okay. So I think I got to the like Twilight side of TikTok because I was on the phone with a friend, right?
Okay.
And then we got this heated discussion about like if you're Team Edward and if you're Team Jacob. So I'm like, cool, whatever, like cool. And then an hour later, I go back onto TikTok.
Okay.
The first one there is a Twilight TikTok. Been there for a month now. Haven't regretted it since.
You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
Exactly.
All right. So looks like we're at the end of our time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.